In this video, I'm going to be giving you the 5 best class setups to use in Modern Warfare 2. I'll be giving you the best weapons, the attachments, and also the weapon tuning that you need to do in order to make the guns the best that they can possibly be. So our first class setup includes the Kastov 74U, which is arguably the best gun in Modern Warfare 2 right now. It is so good that it is actually being banned between pro players in custom matches because it is too overpowered. So it might be something you want to give a go before it likely gets nerfed in Season 1. Now, with all these class setups, I'm going to give you the attachments and the gunsmith that you want to run, and then go through the individual weapon tuning to make sure that it performs at the best that it possibly can. So for the 74U, you're going to want to have that BR209 barrel, which is movement speed and ADS speed, but decreases your bullet velocity and recoil control. Now, the AK-74U, even though it is an assault rifle, it does operate a bit like an SMG with that extra range. Then you're going to have the FTAC Castle Comp muzzle. You've then got the Agent Grip underbarrel. You've then got the high velocity ammo, and then you've got the true TAC Grip rear grip, which is that sprint to fire and ADS speed. And the ammo types, I think, is going to be something that comes into play a lot more. There are some bugs with a few currently in the game, but it will be fixed for Season 1. But the high velocity, it's like lengthened was in Modern Warfare and Warzone. But if we go into the individual tuning for the Kastov right now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to increase that ADS speed to make the gun a little bit snappier. It does punish your damage range, but as I said, it's an assault rifle. The damage range is also already incredibly high, and you're already going to have that 2-bullet kill at the ranges that you're going to be using this gun. You then want the recoil steadiness, punishing your aim walking speed, because that's just going to make it so it's a laser beam for you, and it also just means that you're going to be able to control that recoil and land those upper chest and headshots to get those faster time to kills. The FTAC Castle Comp, I'm going to drop that down, bring the ADS down across the recoil stabilization. The stabilization is already really good, and it's just going to make it a little bit snappier. And then the aiming idle stability, so when you're just kind of aiming, it's just going to keep it steady, so your first shot accuracy is going to be a lot higher. The gun kick control, which you'll see in just a second, is so easy to do. And then we then have the high velocity rounds, which is going to increase your damage range, and then increase your bullet velocity, just making it so you have the highest high TTK at long distances, and your bullets are going to get there, so it's more like hit scan, so you're going to get those headshots that little bit easier. And then the true TAC grip, I kind of keep it where I just increase the sprint to fire speed, because sprint to fire is so important in Modern Warfare 2. But this gun then just feels amazing. Like when you go to use it, it's just easy kills at pretty much all ranges, doesn't move too much. Going to be very easy for you to use, but give that a go. I pair that with the X12. I'm not going to go for secondaries for every single class setup, because this is the pistol that you want to be rocking. You've got the XRK Sidewinder 6 slide barrel, the Corvus Series D muzzle, the XRK Lightning Fire trigger action, and then the Cronen Lima 6 rear grip. Now, you will put the 9mm armor piercing rounds on. However, this is currently bugged. No idea why. Even if you unlock it with using the mini back, it doesn't allow to use it on anything other than the mini back, but that's what you'll use instead. But the tuning, I pretty much increased the damage range of the pistol because the ADS is already insane. Corvus Series D, I just slightly increased the gun kick control. Then the XRK Lightning Fire, I go sprint to fire speed and then increase the ADS speed. Pistols don't really need that much ADS speed increase because it's already really fast, but every little helps. And then that's the pistol. I then use a flash, a Semtex, and then the perk package that I like going for is Battle Hardened, Bomb Squad, Fast Hands, and Quick Fix. And then I'll run a munitions box, but then I might also run a field upgrade too and put Dead Silence on. Or something along those lines to give me the options during the game. But because I'm not running scavenger, munitions boxes for going for those nukes really does help. But ridiculously overpowered class setup, give it a go. But we move on to our next one, which is effectively one of the best assault rifles in the game, but does operate a little bit more like an SMG. So it's not going to be one of those guns that you use in Warzone 2 for long distance fights. This is very much like I'd say like the FFAR of Modern Warfare 2, where it's close range, it's high mobility, really high fire rate. It's honestly a lot of fun to use. But if we go into the gunsmith, you want to have the Lock Grip Precision 40 underbarrel, the high velocity ammo, the Stip 40 grip, the FTAC C11 riser, and then the Cronen Mini red dot. And now I'm also going to show you with this a way to reduce your visual recoil. So it used to be like FOV, like have a wide FOV and then have affected and remove your visual recoil. There is a trick you can do with tuning that's going to help. But for the tuning for the lock grip precision, you're going to go here and I'm just going to increase the ADS speed just to make it a little bit snappier. Because remember, we're using this like an SMG, like kind of close to mid-range, not long distance. The high velocity rounds, of course, for increased bullet velocity, but we're going to increase that bullet velocity and damage range that little bit more as well. Then the Stick 40 grip is there for the recoil control, for those that didn't already know. But we go to the tune, we're going to increase that ADS and then sprint to fire just to make it an even better SMG than it already is. The FTAC 11 riser, sprint to fire and ADS again. But we're going to increase the recoil stabilization so you can kind of like control those shots a little bit better, because aim walking speed isn't that important in this game. It's already getting that sprint to fire and ADS speed increase. But honestly, it helps so much. And now for the visual recoil trick, what you're going to do is you're going to increase that ADS speed, because flinch resistance, honestly, flinch in this game is non-existent, so more ADS speed is all great. But then you're going to want to change on the bottom from close, right, all the way to far. Now, if we go into the firing range with this, you'll be able to see this straight away, right, when I'm kind of like shooting. The red dot is a little bit further away, and that visual recoil is that little bit less. Right, and as I said, like once you get to 30 meters, this AR is not the best, but these close range ones, you're going to be able to destroy people, and the visual recoil is definitely a lot less. As I said, I'd run the same X12 pistol as last time. Flash, Semtex, and the perks are all going to be the same throughout. We're now going to move on to what is arguably seen as the best SMG that is actually labeled as an SMG in Modern Warfare 2, the Vaznev 9K. Now, I'm going to go straight into the gunsmith here. The setup you want the KAZ-1 381mm. You've got the AVR T90 comp muzzle. You've then got the hollow point rounds, but as I said, those should be armor piercing rounds, so they're sadly not available just yet. You've then got the True Tac grip and then the Otrazat stock. But if we go tuning for the barrel straight away, you want to increase that damage range. Don't touch the left-hand side, because aim walking speed, recoil steadiness is not needed with the Vaznev, but that increased damage range means you're going to get the faster time to kills at those longer distances. Then what you're going to want as well with the AVR T90 comp, and you'll notice this throughout, is I don't really touch the muzzles that much with tuning, because they're already pretty set, and all they're going to do is like, oh, maybe a bit more gun kick control or aiming out of stability, recoil stabilization, ADS speed. It's not always needed, especially with SMGs. With some assault rifles, I think gun kick control is going to be very, very helpful with those kind of like high recoil weapons, but that's going to come down to an individual basis. Then we go to the hollow point rounds. We're going to increase that bullet velocity and damage range. One of the nice things with a lot of these attachments when it comes to tuning is they have the same tuning, so you can apply the same kind of knowledge to each of the attachments that you're doing. Then we've got the True Tac grip, which is your ADS and sprint to fire speed. We're going to tune that, increase sprint to fire and ADS speed even more, so like even more rapid. And then we got the Otrazat stock, which is a final attachment, which once again is going to increase your ADS speed, but you're not going to touch between aim walking and aiming idle stability. It's nice to have a bit of aim walking speed for that like kind of strafe when you're ADSing, but that aiming idle stability is just going to help with that first shot accuracy as well. But this gun honestly is unreal. Like, it's one of the most satisfying. I would say the cast of like weapons in general seem to be some of the most powerful, and this is the SMG that the comp players are going for if it's not a if the AK-74U is banned. So keep that in mind. Incredible SMG, and a lot of fun to use as well. The next kind of class setup that you're going to want to have is for the M4, everyone's favorite assault rifle. I think it's like from Modern Warfare to now, everyone loves this thing. But on the M4, you've got the high tower 20-inch barrel, the FTAC Castle comp, the agent grip, the high velocity rounds, and then the Tempest P80 strike stock. On the barrel, you're going to increase that recoil steadiness just so you're like your barrel doesn't move as much, so it means that you're going to be able to land those shots more consistently, and then increase that damage range. FTAC Castle Comp, we actually tune this to give that gun kick control, because remember, like I said earlier, you want, with guns that do kick a little bit more, you're going to want to have that extra little bit of control. Really will help you. And then I do a slight increase to ADS to counter the ADS speed that I lost with tuning the barrel. Then we've got the agent grip for underneath, where I increase the aiming idle stability for first shot accuracy. Then we've got the high velocity rounds where I kind of increase the damage range and a little bit to bullet velocity. You don't need tons, especially in multiplayer, just because it's an assault rifle. It's already got a pretty good bullet velocity as it is. That little tune will help you. And then on the P80 strike stock, I barely do anything. I'd say aiming idle stability, just that tiny little bit. But that's all you need to do. And this build is crazy. It's so much fun to use. I think the M4 is one of the meta assault rifles because it can do it all. It's great up close. It's great at mid-range. It's great at long range. It's so versatile and is definitely going to be one of the most used guns throughout Modern Warfare 2. So next up, we've got the TAC-56, and it is about time that the SCAR gets some love in Modern Warfare. It's been in the game so many times over the years, but it's always been dreadful, and it is now got its time to shine, and I'm so here for it because it's one of my favorite guns. Like, you know, it dominates in Fortnite, it dominates in other games, but here we have it. If we go into the gunsmith, you've got the 14.5-inch Tundra Pro barrel, you've got the Komodo heavy muzzle, the Phase 3 grip, the high velocity ammo, and then the demo clean shot grip. Now, on the Pro barrel tuning, we increase that recoil steadiness because remember, we want to make this like a laser. We increase that damage range as well so we can get those faster time to kills at distance. The Komodo heavy, I do absolutely nothing to it. Like those muzzles are pretty good. It's just for recoil control in general. The Phase 3 grip, I do recoil stabilization and aiming idle stability all the way to max because this still really gives you quite a lot of recoil stabilization. Just makes it so this does not move. It's got no recoil. The high velocity rounds, damage range, and I don't worry about the bullet velocity once again, just because, as I said, it's an assault rifle. Multiplayer, you don't need it. And then we got the demo clean shot grip, which is for sprint to fire and ADS speed, and then we tune it for recoil steadiness and aiming idle stability, so your first shot accuracy and like your sustained accuracy is really good. Now, honestly, my favorite gun, like, have a look at this thing. Like, this thing does not move. Like, it is so easy to use. Like, I genuinely love right, the TAC. Let me know what your favorite class setup was down in the comments below. Subscribe for new, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.